The year is 1352. The Black Plague is ravaging the globe, but the Sahara remains the ultimate firewall between the Mediterranean and the world's richest empire. Ibn Battuta, history's most travelled scholar, enters the chat. After 2 decades of shipwreck and sultan dodging, he's hunting for the Mali gold patch. He crosses the desert with Berber traders, enduring 25 days of sand to reach Taghaza, a desolate labour camp where the houses are literally made of salt. This is the hard drive of the trade. Salt from the north, exchanged for gold from the south. Without this salt, the gold miners in the southern rainforests would die of dehydration. It's a perfect, brutal economic loop. Battuta survives the haunted dunes and enters Wallada, the first gateway to the Mali Empire. As an Islamic scholar from Tangier, he expects a plug-and-play religious experience. He wants to see the Sharia he knows. Instead, he hits a compatibility error. Mali was only partially converted. Islam was the operating system for the ruling class and merchants. But the working people, the gold miners and farmers, were still running the ancient African protocol. The rulers had to walk a fine line, fusing Islamic practice with native traditions to keep the social fabric from tearing. Ibn Battuta was the 14th century version of an obnoxious tourist. He gets offended because the governor speaks through a herald. He's disgusted that the welcome gift is millet and yogurt instead of cold, hard cash. But the real glitch for him? Gender autonomy. He finds pious Muslim women in Mali walking unveiled and holding independent friendships with men. When a local scholar explains that friendship between men and women is good conduct, Battuta literally flees the house in horror. He's judging the user interface of Mali's culture, but he is missing the user experience, a society so secure that a man could travel alone with a bag of gold and never fear a bandit. Upon reaching the capital, Battuta is underwhelmed by the emperor's gift of bread cakes and beef. He expected the legendary Mansa Musa levels of gold, but Mali had a security firewall he couldn't penetrate. The government kept foreigners away from the gold mines. They brought the gold to the trading hubs but never let an outsider see the source code of their wealth. At this time, Mali was producing 2/3 of the world's gold supply. Europe and the Middle East were literally moving their entire economies to the gold standard because of what was happening here. Ibn Battuta's judgment tells us the truth. Mali didn't get absorbed by Islam, it assimilated it. It remained a proudly West African empire that kept foreign influence at arm's length while financing the global economy.